Chapter 4 Busted. After Camilla had taken a stand and gone out with her friend, Stephen realized his wife wasn't someone to play with. Things seemed to settle down and get back on track, but just when Camilla started to feel more relaxed again in her marriage, disappointment reared its ugly head. One afternoon, Stephen came home from work in a very bad mood. "Stephen, what's wrong?" Camilla asked. Angrily, he shouted at her, "Shut up, just shut up." He walked to the bathroom, changed his clothes, picked up the keys and left. Camilla was confused and bewildered at his sudden relapse in actions. Uneasy about the whole ordeal, Camilla called her friend who worked with Stephen to ask her what happened at work. Not wanting to upset her friend, she just settled for the last part. "Camilla, it's not really my place to say, but Stephen was suspended today for 3 weeks pending investigation into certain behavior at work," she explained. Camilla sighed and thanked Michelle for the information. Camilla tried calling Stephen, but he wasn't answering the phone. Eventually, when he did get home, Camilla was fast asleep in her bed. Trying not to disturb his wife, he went to the bathroom, showered and got into bed. As he got into bed, she said in a groggy voice, "You home?" She looked at the time, realizing it was after 11 p.m. The following morning, around 4 a.m., she heard Stephen's phone ring. Attempting to answer the phone, she saw a number that she recognized a few times. When she had questioned it before with Stephen, he said it was just a client. On answering the call, the caller just hung up. Later that morning, as Camilla was getting up to get ready for work, she said, "Stephen, someone called at 4 this morning." She wa'd confused. "They probably dialed the wrong number," he excused, while laying in bed. "Aren't you getting ready for work?" she asked him. "No, there's something we need to speak about when you get home," he said quietly. "Okay, I'll take the car so that it's quicker to get home," she said, walking to the bedroom door about to leave. As she walked to the door, he pulled her back. "Don't you want to stay a little longer?" he asked. Missing how he used to do this when they were dating and just got married, she let herself fall into his arms. She had so missed being held by her husband, feeling his embraces. They cuddled and kissed for a few minutes, then he let her go and said, "See you later." On her way home she messaged Stephen to say she was going to stop at the shop to get some groceries for dinner. Meanwhile, back at the house, Stephen was drinking and entertaining another woman in their home. On arriving home, exhausted from a long day at work, Camilla could hear the music playing loudly. Pulling up into the garage, she opened the door, took out the groceries and walked into her home. Angered at this sight, she walked in. She saw a tall, slender woman with fiery red hair, who was quite top-heavy, with her blouse half open so that the contours of her chest could be seen. She wasn't prepared to listen. AMD ordered the woman out of her house. "Honey," Stephen said, half drunk, looking at her, "she's a friend of mine." Her cold tone ssid at all. "I don't care who she is, no woman comes in my home without my permission or me being here, get it?" After the woman left, Stephen told Camilla B had been suspended. In response she informed him she already knew. "This does not excuse today," she said firmly. "I'm sorry," he answered, putting his head down. The constant drinking was becoming too much for Camilla, but she endured it. Camilla's family came from a long line of lifetime marriages. Camilla was determined to make her marriage work, irrespective of how hard it got. Camilla's family came from a long line of lifetime marriages. As the new year approached, in between all the arguments and fights, Stephen and Camilla had some perfect days when they would spend the whole day lying in bed.